Hey there fans, welcome to another character bio. As promised, this month we're doing 2 character bios. Just a couple of days ago or over a week ago, we did Smokescreen, and today we're doing Prime Ratchet. So let's go ahead and jump into it. One of the things that, Ratchet is a really cool character. I think one of the things that was really cool is how they took the personality trait from Transformers Animated, which was the first time that we saw a much older, much grumpier Ratchet than in previous incarnations of the character. And they transitioned that over likewise into the Transformers Prime universe, which really worked. He became the elder of the group, if you will. Obviously, being a field medic, he was valuable, throughout the entire war, obviously. He had a mixture of scientist and medic, right? And it made sense due to the fact that they're machines and not 100% robotic. Or I shouldn't say, well, they're a mixture, right? They had these biological components like the T-Cog, which was specific to each Transformer. And I don't know how to explain it, to be honest with you. But he was nonetheless a crucial character within the main cast. And within our particular film, he actually continues to be very, very important. One of the things that that Ratchet is doing in our current film is he's on a journey. He's on a quest. What's happening is Ratchet is a person of science, right? He's very much into scientific things and facts and evidence, and the field of medics, if you will, or whatever term it would be for the Transformers, right? One of the things that stuck out to me was at the end of season 1, when the prophecy of the alignment of the planets was happening and the coming of Unicron and so on and so forth. Ratchet seemed to dismiss all of that as nothing more than mythology. And obviously we know that's not true. We saw the blood of Unicron rising, shooting out of the earth, right? And the whole thing about Primus and so on and so forth. So I'm sure as a person of science, the way that Ratchet is, his faith in things that are unseen is not as strong. And I know from my personal experience, that's how I was growing up. I was more on one side, and actually I was 100% on one side versus the other. And so what happens is, obviously, that we know that Unicron is real, and so if Unicron is real, then thus Primus has to be real. So he's on a journey of faith. No faith in particular, so I'm not trying to get into that, but he's on his own personal faith in regards to the Transformers universe, and his faith is in his creator, which is Primus. So what we see is Ratchet trying to find a way to a solution to the current problem that they have. Their current problem is not just specific to the Autobot problem, but it's actually a problem that could span far beyond that. It could, span across the entire universe. So right now he's on a quest to seek for some answers. He's on a quest. It's not a personal quest. Usually when people go, at least in our world, when people go on these quests, it's personal. It's inside, it's internal, trying to find out who they are and how they connect to the bigger scheme of life and what's the meaning of life and so on and so forth. That's not the type of journey that he's on. He knows who he is, right? His journey is focused on the events that took place in the show, right? Specifically to the revival of Cybertron, Optimus Prime giving his life. And I've shared this with you guys before. Very, very similar to Rhinox in Beast Wars. Rhinox was also a person of science. It looked like he was, based on that type of a world. But he went out on a journey that was very opposite of his scientific position to find Optimus Primal. And so Ratchet is on a very, very similar journey. And so will he achieve that? I don't know. We'll have to wait. You'll have to see in the next coming scenes that come up. We're almost at the end of it. Right now, we're about getting ready to post scene 14. The scene 14 is more concentrated on the Autobots on Earth, but we'll get right back into Ratchet in the upcoming scenes. But for now, let's go ahead and get into his bio and let's see what it says. So his bio says, known well among the Autobot ranks as the main medic and scientist, Ratchet continues his work towards a better Cybertron. Even being one of the more senior officers, he is the most determined to see the restoration of their home through to the end. And there you have it. Ratchet continues to play a pivotal role in our story. He is super important. I think between Ratchet and Knockout, they have the most significance in our trilogy overall. I'll be honest with you, Ratchet is his importance in this particular film will reverberate all throughout the trilogy. He's going to be a main character and an important one all the way through, just like Knockout is and some of the other ones. So, what we're trying to do with Ratchet is do things that make sense based on events that have happened. And that's true of every single character. We're not trying to come out of left field with something completely unoriginal or something that does not make sense to the core of the character, or something that is just completely alien to the characteristics and so on and so forth. This journey, like I said, is a journey for answers, hope, and based on the type of personality and beliefs that Ratchet has grown up with. As a last resort, he's kind of going, I wouldn't say against what has happened to him, because obviously he saw the attempted revival of Unicron. He witnessed Unicron taking over Megatron's body in Predacons Rising. So these things have gone, maybe there is more to this mythology thing than I realized it, or maybe he's coming to the point where he's like, wow, all that myth stuff that I thought was myth, all these stories that I've heard over the eons, there's actually truth behind it. So he's coming up to that reality, and now as he embarks on his journey, we're going to go ahead and see him, just really come to par, or come to the realization that all of the things that he heard of was actually true. Or maybe not all of it, maybe some of it, maybe a percentage of it, who knows. But there is truth in what took place eons ago. Unicron is real, Primus is real, Primus is their creator, Primus created the 13 Primes. All of that is obviously real, and it seems like, based on what Ratchet has observed, right, or grew up with, it was just story, right? So that's it, guys. That's what we have with Ratchet. Really cool character. I really like him. I've said this before. I like all the Transformers Prime characters. All of them are, have a special place in my heart. Some a little bit more than others, but all of them do. Ratchet is no different. There wasn't a moment where Ratchet had a scene or something like that. I'm like, oh gosh, none of that. I was excited to see each and every one of them on that screen, and we're going to continue to do him justice, like we're doing with all of our characters, and you guys will continue to see that. Make sure to join us this coming Saturday for the release of Scene 14. Like I said, we go back to Earth. We're going to see what's happening with the Autobots on Earth. That would be RC, Wheeljack, Rodimus, Springer, and Bulkhead. And then the following scene will be Scene 15, and we'll check up on Ratchet to see how he's doing and see how he's aligning up with our bio that we have here. So guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Continue to stay with us. We're almost done. As far as the next character bio, I am unsure. I think maybe we'll do, Wheeljack. I don't think we've done Wheeljack. So maybe we'll do Wheeljack in our next character bio for the following month. Again, guys, thank you so much. Till all are one, take care and peace out.